Welcome to Unearthed Detecting TV YouTube channel. Slight different live this evening. Normally we focus on ancient coins and artifacts, but fast forwarding to a period of history which I find fascinating, which is the Georgian and Victorian period. It was a period of discovery, and a lot of things changed back in those times, and I think the artifacts and coins are of particular interest. If you are on from anywhere in the world, say hi. It's not just the UK. We cater for the people. Well, we cater for the people worldwide. We have people from all over the place watching. So say hi. Let me know where you're from. Give us a like if you can, and we'll get down to it. Now, as you can see under the light, we've got a selection of thimbles. Now, these thimbles date from the Georgian period, 1700s, right through to the late Victorian period. Evening, Suffolk Searcher. Hope you're well. I'm down in your neck of the woods next week detecting, which I'm looking forward to. I always look forward to detecting in East Anglia. Yes, hi, Darren. Hope you're well. So finding these thimbles gives me a great deal of joy. However, evening, Jim. Hope you're well, sir. I have found a lot of broken ones, flat ones, broken, some with the tops off. I don't know, maybe a dozen. And these are the only ones in 40 odd years of detecting that I've actually found that are full. And I'm looking now, believe it or not, there's one missing. Now, where would that be? I've got a highly ornate one somewhere, and it's not in with the rest of the thimbles, so I'm going to have to dig that out. The earliest one is this. This one dates to the 1700s. Hiya, Keith. Hope you're well. Are they all silver? Yes, they're all silver. Thimbles need to make a comeback. I absolutely love finding them. Beehives, silver ones. So this one, as you can see, let me just adjust my light a little bit. That's better. This one you can see is the earliest silver thimble I found. That's from the 17s. It's very ornate, and I found this with my son, who was 4 years old, detecting with me at the time. I always remember it. So that's a rather special one, because our Jack was with me and he was only 4. As you can see, the rest of them are rather, well, pretty plain, but I have got a very, very ornate one, and I can't believe I've not got it on show. The next time we do a live stream, I'll see if I can find it in one of my other collection boxes. I'm guessing it'll be in there somewhere. So these are pretty standard silver thimbles from the Victorian period, but you know, even though they are rather plain, I think they're just such a nice object. If I come back off the field with a silver thimble, then I guess I'm happy. Let's have a look at this one. This is probably the best condition one, because it came up perfect condition as it went in. And finally, yeah, they're all solid silver. This one's rather nice. This one was found in Lincolnshire, and you can see the bottom, it's got quite ornate designs on it. It could be Georgian as well. Just stunning little finds they are. So there is a group, only a small group of thimbles, really, that I found. So I have got, like I said, I've got a real belter that's beautifully ornate, which would make it half a dozen. But the amount you find that are broken and split is unbelievable. If you are watching for the first time here on the Unearthed Detecting TV channel, subscribe to the channel. It's free, and you'll get updated with all the live streams, long form and short form content that we are going to be producing over the next 6 weeks. There's a lot happening, a lot of detecting to do next week and the week after, coupled with my own detecting and Team Unearthed Digs. So we're going to be quite busy. So there's the thimbles at the moment. We've seen a selection of what the Victorian and Georgian period can produce. Evening Blue Meanie. Melvin, how are you? Paul Picton says he's never found one. Hello, Dennis. Kevin's on. I'm just trying to scroll down to the Detecting with Dale's on. Oh, there's just such stunning. They are stunning little artifacts to find. Right, the next one that I used to find a lot of. See, my detecting's changed over the years, folks. I used to detect on a lot of fields that produced Georgian and Victorian material here in Cumbria. However, when you get bitten by the bug of searching for ancient objects, such as Iron Age, Roman and medieval, and Saxon, if you're lucky enough to come across it, your focus shifts a little bit. So my Georgian and Victorian finds tailed off in favour of the ancient finds. But to be fair, if I go onto a field and find a Georgian silver coin or a silver thimble, for example, I'm just as happy finding one of them as I am finding, hammered coins. Evening, Carl. Hope you're well. Looking forward to the Team Unearthed digs. Yeah, they should be coming up in October. We've had a bit of a break off. Now, one of my favourite Victorian finds that you make over the years are the silver brooches from the Victorian period. As you can see, that's got a lovely little bird. In fact, rather than my shaking hand, it's always difficult to do. Let's have a look. There we go. That's better. As you can see, that's got beautiful detail. It's still got a little bit of mud staining on it around the ring part. But as you can see, it's got a lovely little bird in the middle. Still got its pin attached. And the Victorians really did know how to make beautiful artifacts such as brooches, thimbles, rings, spoons, you name it. So that's one example of a rather pretty brooch. I was quite happy finding that. If I can just move that, I'm going to move the thimbles away gently and just put that to the back. Another example of a Victorian brooch is this one, rather unusual. As you can see, again, it's silver. Luckily, we've got the pin. Good evening, Lawrence. How are you, sir? And this one here also has the pin. Can you see how the bend's in the pin with the hallmark? He says moving it around without dropping it. Nice to see you, Bob. Hope you're well. Yeah, so this is a rather pretty one, quite an unusual brooch, quite different to the sort of sweetheart brooches. It's got those lovely coloured that lovely coloured stone in it with different, greens, blues, and purple. Looks like it was made last week. It does, yeah. It's rather nice. I remember my first Victorian silver brooch, I had to lay it down for half an hour. No, it gets you that way. That's what metal detecting is all about. So that's a rather nice brooch. I find a lot of these. I've got quite a lot of these in my collection. I've not got them all on display today, but I just thought I'd dig a few out. This was local. This was about 100 yards from my house. It's got baby on it. Again, it's a lovely little Victorian silver brooch. Lost all those years ago. Found with my, at the time, Fisher F75. Yeah, golf ball between two tees. It could well be, Bob. I like it. I like it. Now we're going to squeeze another one in. I'm just going to move these up, as you can see. Good evening, everybody. Hope you are all well. Good to see people joining on this Friday night. It's not always easy to do a live on a Friday night because people have got a lot on, resting from the ravages of work. That brooch is a particularly nice one because, again, it's got the pin on. You can see underneath. And that is of almost like a battle axe, if you will. Now, when I first found this, in the little segments, which are... I do apologise for moving around because it's very difficult. I need to get my gimbal back out. As you can see, these parts here, they both had coloured pasting. That had like a blue and that had a black. Or was it that one with the black? No, that was that one with the blue, the little one. And this bit was black. So blue and black. like a blue-black paste. Tis, don't know what you are doing, but keep up the work. Manifesting is real. Like it. So as you can see, that one, it was a shame actually, because we're going to give it a bit of a wash under the tap. The paste, unfortunately, came out. Hi, Mel. Are you all right? Commissioned by somebody, possibly. Hi to Eldinez. So there you go. It's a rather nice one, and of course, lucky enough to have the pin attached. Just stunning little brooches to find. So I'm going to move these off now, over to the thimble pile, as you can see. There's just something about that period of Georgian and Victorian artifacts and coins that they really do need more attention, I think, because everyone gets hung up over hammered coins, Roman coins and brooches and other artifacts. We seem to forget the bread and butter. Are you okay, Mel? Yeah. Are you looking at the coins and the brooches and thimbles?
Yeah.
Good, Mel.
I find little thimbles quite upsetting.
Oh, right, okay.
I think they always belong to kids. And I find that
Possibly. Do you want to take who with you? So this one here is Georgian, we think. We don't fully know what this one is. We're not sure what this one is, folks. So any idea? We did do a live stream of this a few months ago, if you remember, and we sort of drew a blank about what it could be. There was lots of theories. I thought it might have been a little perfume bottle. As you can see, there's the front of it. If you are watching from anywhere for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It's free and you'll enjoy the content. So there you go, look. And what is it? As you can see, it's got two almost attachments at the top, as it had a little hinge. But the ornateness of the backside is rather sweet, isn't it? This came up on an area where it produced a heck of a lot of early Victorian coins and Georgian coins with a smattering of hammered silver. There you go. So whatever that could be, might be a lot of puzzled faces out there, including mine. Now, Victorian and Georgian period also was famed for its rings. As you can see, the buckle ring. From the Georgian period. The Victorians also did them. Big chunky silver ring. Found again a couple of 100 yards from my house. And they're rather special to find. I rather like them. Just a nice artifact to find, aren't they? They also do them in gold. I've not found a gold version yet. There's another one slightly older than the first. This one dates from the Georgian period. As you can see, it's got quite ornate sides to it. So there's a couple of nice rings that are silver from that period, Victorian and Georgian. Here's one that's rather simple, but it's quite an old one. It's a rather simple bronze ring, and in the top of it, in the bezel or the bezel, if I can zoom in, it's very difficult to zoom in, folks. There's a letter E. It's a letter E. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Look at that. Even with my steady hand, I'm on a nerve there. So I am wobbling about a bit. Yeah, there's just a letter E in the middle. I guess for Enid, Elizabeth, who knows? Emily. But again, that's quite an early. Will that be early Georgian? We think this is. There's just something about finding the old Victorian silver and Georgian rings, isn't there? Look at that. The next up, we're going to move this pile away. I hope you're enjoying it. The next live stream, which won't be until next weekend we'll be focusing on the Roman period. So it'll be a bit different to this one. But there's just something about finding these lovely objects. Very personal, that artifacts, Jim, you're right. Very personal. If you are watching, give us a like. You can always subscribe to the channel if you wish, if you're watching for the first time. There's not as many watching tonight as normal, but I guess that's because it's a Friday night and everyone's getting ready to go out socialising, I guess. Another interesting artifact from the Georgian period is this. As you can see, that gentleman looks like he's either smoking a pipe or he's got something over his shoulder. I think he's smoking a pipe. And I also think it's a pipe tamper, broken off at the legs. Rather nice find. That was a find from Yorkshire. All the way from Yorkshire. Nice old chap, dressed in his old coat look. Interesting little discovery from that period. We'll move that off gently. Next one is an everyday find, but I still find it quite nice. I'm going to put it on there and see if we can just turn it around. Trying to make this as interesting as possible for you. This is a little Georgian Victorian watch winder. What's different about that is it's got a cross attached to the loop. There's the little watch key, or the watch winder. And there's the cross. Very unusual to find one with a cross on it. I've never find loads of them normally with just the key. I don't know if we can read what's on that. Is it J Wing, maybe? J Wing and Sons, I think. Maybe. Watchmaker. So you can just see where we are here. Watchmaker. Something and Sons watchmaker. So that's quite interesting. It's unusual with that cross. Just rather nice. Could be made for the local vicar. Find a lot of these. We usually find a lot of these with the stones missing or the glass inserts missing, just off from a little fob seal. As you can see, it's been gold gilded with a gentleman's head in the middle. Who that gentleman was, who knows? But found lots and lots of these over the years. In fact, I have got a lot of seals from the Victorian and Georgian period that I've not brought out tonight. That's my fault, folks. Blame me completely, but we'd be here all night if we ended up showing it all. I just want to do a selection of different artifacts from that period. Georgian era, yeah, 70. I always class the Georgian era from the sort of the 1720s, 1730s onwards, finishing around about the 1840s, 1830s, because then it was like William IV after George IV. So there you go, he's got a nice head on him. He looks a little bit like Dale. If you told me 5 years ago that on a Friday night I'd be watching someone present stuff dug at the ground, I think you're mad. But now I'm gripped by detecting, so I look forward to it. Do you know what, Kev? Right? I've been detecting for 40 odd years, 47 years since I was 7. And way back in the past, if somebody had told me that I was going to be doing live streams via a mobile phone on YouTube, I would never have believed them. I would have said, get away. Get away. But there you go, how times change. So there's a nice little find from the Georgian period. Now, here's one of my favourite finds now. I'm going to move this off. If I find these, folks, I often go out in the field looking for these. There you go. I absolutely love finding Georgian silver spoons. Probably more than the silver thimbles, probably. Now look at this one. You can see the marks in the middle, very ornate on the bowl at the back. This was my first ever Georgian silver spoon with the initials I'm going to move it into the light a bit so you can see. We have got a WM there. So that's obviously the initials of the person probably that had it. I found lots of these over the years, but lots of them are broken. You find lots of the spoon balls. You find lots of them bent and broken. But I just love finding Georgian silver spoons. There's just something about them. Here's another one, slightly smaller, but no less desirable. We'll move her up there. And we'll put this little beauty. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move her off. She's had a chance at the limelight. That's my initials. Well, no, it's not, because it's WM instead of MW. And this is slightly smaller. As you can see, very pretty, very ornate. But look at the lovely. Could be Mel, yeah. So as you can see, a B and then a T and then an E in the old scribe. So that's certainly 1700s. None of these spoons were. I was never born with a silver spoon. I was born with probably a plastic spoon, Dale, fortunately. But that's a stunning little silver spoon. Much later one, and unfortunately, folks, this isn't silver. Even though, when I say it's not silver, it's not as good quality silver. This is much, where are we at? This is much later in date. This is probably Edwardian, actually. Victorian Edward. Zoom in on that. There we go. Has got a hallmark. But look at the silver colouring compared to the others. So that tells me it's much later. I'll have to get a bit of a date going on that hallmark. This was found on a park where there's lots of coins and other bits and pieces. Nothing ancient. But look at the difference in colour. As you can see, and put that there for the third one. So the question is, folks, which is your favourite? Which is your favourite spoon? I found a spoon branded with a company who took over the White Star Line after the Titanic sunk. Interesting, that, Darren. Oh, hello, Teresa. Hope you're well. Good to see you on here. Teresa was watching our live stream this morning on Facebook, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning in America. So, as you can see, there's some beautiful spoons, but that one in the middle is much later. Evening to Percy. Teresa saying hi, Mel. No, she can't hear you. You have to type it in. So there you go. Look at that. There's some beautiful things there. Now, we'll move these off into the pile of silver bits. Melanie's great auntie, I don't know if you just can read that for. Melanie's great auntie died on the Titanic. There you go. Groundbreaking news for you. Now, here's an interesting object as well. That's silver. Very pretty. But what is it? I'm still going for Georgian period, but I've showed this to quite a few people. In fact, I found it on a medieval site in Norfolk. But I don't think it's ancient. I think it's more modern. But it's silver, very pretty. Victorian Georgian I'm going for. Maybe a little brooch. Just strange with that attachment on the back. There you go. So that's one of those. So folks, the question is, what's your favourite find of the evening out of all this lot? I'm just giving you some selections of different objects on there, look. Drop a ring in the middle. Or is it some of these? There must be one that sticks out in your mind. Go on, guys. Which is the most favourite? The axe is Paul's favourite, the little axe there. I think I'm torn between three. The little brooch at the top with the bird in the middle, the axe, and this little silver spoon here. Just something about that silver spoon that I absolutely love. It's gonna have to be, oh, you like this one, Jim, the perfume pendant locket. Yeah, I do. I must admit, I do like that. Well, that's interesting. Les Johnson likes this best. The watch winder with the cross. Bob likes the brooch, or the axe brooch. The bloke smoking his pipe has got great social history, I agree. Percy. And Carl likes the brooch above the axe, which is the little bird brooch there. Where are we at? There you go, focusing. So if you are just catching up on this live stream, folks, you can subscribe to this channel. It's free. It just keeps you updated with all our content that's coming up down the line. It's a very strange place at the moment, is YouTube. I don't know why, but people are probably saturated with so many metal detecting videos and short form, long form content. So I don't know if there's any other YouTubers on there, but the YouTube views over this last couple of months have been absolutely shocking. However, the live streams seem to be doing quite well. So maybe live streams are going to be overtaking long form content in the future. I'm not sure. Greetings from Germany. I found my third Celtic gold stater. You are a very lucky gentleman. Mel, I hope that you can come with G next time to Buckley, October 26th. That's from Teresa. So there you go, folks. So there's all sorts of different... Oh, come on, Teresa, I need a break. I need a break, don't I? So I can't bring Mel. She'll keep me in line. Not that I need keeping in line, of course. So there you go, folks. That's been a brilliant live stream. I think I've really enjoyed it, showing different objects. And here's another object to show you, not even cleaned yet. This was found with me and Teresa. Found this when we were detecting together down in Buckley a couple of weeks ago on the first field that we were on. I've not cleaned it yet. Once I clean it, if anybody wants it, give us a shout. I can send it over to them if they want it. I don't collect buttons, but it gives you an idea of what you can find. So there you go, folks. Look at that lot. All sorts of weird and wonderful. Yeah, a little livery button, Bob. Yeah, they're quite common, actually. I've never been a fan of them, but some people collect them, and rightly so. Each to their own. So if you are watching for the first time, give us a subscribe. It's free. Very simple. Just press the subscribe button. We are trying desperately to grow this channel, but it's very, very difficult on YouTube at the moment. I don't know if you other YouTubers that are watching are finding it a bit of a struggle at the moment. It's something's definitely changed. We've gone from 5,000 to 10,000 views per video to very, very few, a couple of thousand at the most. Very strange. But that's life as a content creator. I enjoy doing it, and I'll keep doing it until I get bored of it, I guess. So, are the finds box 3D printed? Yeah, we do different ones. This is the medium size one. We do a hoard pot now, which is much bigger than this for people that are lucky enough to find a hoard or bigger artifacts. They're on our website now, Joe, www.uneartheduk.co.uk. You can find them for sale. They're very good, and they've got sponge in them to protect your finds. In fact, let's just, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you mentioned about that, Joe. Thanks, Dale. I'm just going to remove all this because in there, let's just bear with me a sec while you're looking at this lot. I'm going to unscrew this with one hand to reveal. Well, look who's in there. There you go. The little silver seal that I found 2 weeks ago down at Butley. Now, the reason why it's in here is because it's going back down to Butley with me next week, because I'm going to hand it in after I've done everything possible to it, as in recorded, took pictures of it. And I have also weighed it, everything else, so it's all logged, and then it'll go and be passed over to the fines liaison officer. Now, whether we get this back or not, I'm not sure, but it's actually a rather desirable seal. Teresa's probably sick of seeing this now, actually. Melanie likes it. As you can see, it's got a little Cupid on it with a basket of love hearts. As you can see, Wit Woo, Carpy Kev, Wit Woo. And you can see the bottom of it. It's rather nice. But it's actually got the shape of a love heart there, look, as you can see, going down the bottom. Well, it's really cheered me up, actually, tonight doing this stream, because I've been a little bit under the weather this afternoon. But this stream, with all you wonderful people watching it, has made me feel a lot better. So that's a silver one seal that we're going to send back to the fines liaison officer. Is it silver? It is, sir. Yes, solid silver. Solid silver. And there's the rest of the everyday finds from the Georgian and Victorian period. Okay, guys. Now listen, we've been on half an hour. I'm waffling on a little bit now, and I don't want to be boring you to death. The next live stream, I'm way detecting this week coming, so there'll be no live streams. I don't think. There might be one or two from some direct through the week, but the next finds identified session like this will be probably next weekend, when we'll be looking at the Roman period, and that's coins and artifacts. What's the white device above the pod? That is a light. That's my light here, as you can see. Just a little light that I have shining down. If you want to keep it in Suffolk, I can make space on my shelf for that seal. Well, Dale, you do live in a very, very special county, so I'm guessing that you'll probably better find your own pretty soon. Yeah, no, it's nothing more interesting, mate, no. However, there is some rather interesting products and accessories coming very soon, he says quietly. So keep an eye out. Okay, guys, have a great evening. It's Friday. I want you all to have a fantastic weekend, if you can. I hope the weather's going to be decent where you are. If not, don't worry about it. Chill out. Sit in front of the television, watching your favourite film while the rain pours down. Pretty much like I'm going to do tomorrow. Okay, folks. Take care. Bye for now.